Like what? Today we're going to be talking about a mysterious and enigmatic band that's been causing quite a stir in the music world, Sleep Token. Now, I just discovered this band the other day on my band channel where we do reactions to music as a full band. Oh!
Did I mistake you for a god?
That's so random.
What? That
I love
changed
it.
completely.
It came out of nowhere. They did not allude to this.
I wanted to get to know this band just a little bit more, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at this article that kind of gives an in-depth of what the band does live and how they interact with their fans. So the front man is known as the Vessel, and I guess he kind of just like moves around on stage like he's like floating in soup or something. And according to this article, they have 3 cloaked backing singers to the left of the stage who remain eerily still throughout the 90-minute set that they do. Now, the Vessel's voice, according to this article, is rich and sonorous with a soulful tone, and I gotta agree, from what I heard from the summoning, it definitely sounds like that throughout the whole song. It seems like a lot of range going on, a lot of skill there coming from the vocalist, and is very mysterious in his voice also. Now, the singer known as the Vessel doesn't utter a single word at all in between sets, which is weird and kind of cool at the same time because you go right into the song. Sometimes people talk too much in between songs. There's some really heavy guitar parts in this song that we're about to check out. I can definitely see some mosh pits going on, but according to this, it's not your standard metal gig kind of mosh pits. The band themselves refer to call it a ritual, and their audiences are congregations rather than crowds. There's another channel I love a lot and it has actually inspired this channel. Justin Hawkins from The Darkness has also talked about this song, saying that it's f***ing cool. And to quote Justin Hawkins, he says, if anything's going to put prog into actual mainstream, it's something like this. And I agree, because it is proggy, but not full-on prog, I would say. I don't know who these Sleep Token cats are, but they are accomplished. They are writing big songs. It's big and uncompromising, and I love it. You should check out Justin Hawkins' video also on this. And now let's go ahead and check out the stems of the song. So here's the vocals.
Got a river running right into you. I've got a blood shred.
Now, I love this because it's a mixture of kind of like very smooth singing, almost a mumble, but not really. He goes and makes his notes sound clear, which give you this mysterious feel. So the way he's singing also adds to the element that they're portraying visually.
You're something you do, a taste of the divine.
I love it because they have like this subtle distortion on his vocals, and then here in a minute we're going to get more layers of vocals coming in. And it's just lush, beautiful layers. You can hear those high notes, those low notes, those mid notes.
The sky above me, earth below. Praise me.
And that is really cool how they pan that high note, and it just adds to the ambience of the song. Let's listen to it again, but with the instruments behind it. I love that sweep of the panning. And what I mean by panning is these knobs here. So you can actually automate this to sweep back and forth on the actual track. And that's what they're doing right there with the high note. Very cool. When the guitars get super heavy, they add like this beautiful slight distortion to one of the vocal tracks, not all the vocal tracks, because they have the vocal tracks layered. And the guitars are very thick, very heavy. I'm pretty sure they're 8-string guitars. It sounds so good. It's so heavy. The mix is just phenomenal. I can't stop talking about it. And it's the right perfect scream. It just fits. It cuts through so well on that part, and it sounds really good. You have these sound effects of him like doing these whisper kind of vocals. You have the panning effect of, I think they're like synths. You have some sound pads going on, some sound design going behind it. Now with whispers, to get them to stand out like that, you would add like a little slight distortion, a little overdrive with it also. Make it very airy, adding in these highs on the EQ. Again with the panning, they put the whispers back and forth. It gives it that eerie feel even more so. Just beautiful. Now, something that I really like is it gets funky by the end of the song. So they take you on this journey throughout the song, and then right at the end, you get this awesome funky groove.
A sign from God. Oh, are you these days? I would be like.
It's like, oh, I don't know how to explain it. It's just amazing sounding. I love the tones that they got going with the bass and guitar there. The hi-hats on the drum is such an interesting choice of how they stagger the hi-hat hits. Let's solo the drums real quick right there. That's another thing that makes it like kind of lag. You feel that lag in the music. And it's really hard to play this slow too and keep it perfectly on time in that groove. I'll put the bass on too right here. It sounds like a real bass and a MIDI bass also, because that's a very thick bass sound. You can't just get that from doing like a MIDI bass. It would be too thin. I guess you could add it in there with EQ and stuff, but it sounds like you got an actual full bass in there with a bass MIDI going on with it, or some really thick pedals. It really depends. Production can be done in so many different ways. Some people use pedals, some will use it after production or whatnot and add an extra layer to it. Most drummers will just play that hi-hat straight through. They'll just go. Instead, he's doing like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. He only will hit the 1 and the 2, and then the next time around he'll hit 1, 2, and 3, which is really cool. Like, there's just little nuances that really make a song great to give a certain feel to the song. Because if you did play that hi-hat straight through, it would not have the same kind of feeling to it. That is such a good bass tone. And then we got the guitar coming in right here. It's so cool. And we're just coming from this. Like what? Like I said, it's progressive in a way that would make sense for everyone. And I agree with Justin Hawkins. This is how you bring something progressive, unique to the mainstream. This is a perfect crossover song for that. It's just great. I love it. They really chose the perfect tones for this song. I cannot wait to listen to more from this band. If you like breakdown videos like this, check out other breakdowns here. Drop me suggestions below in the comments. See you in the next one. See you.